Yo, what's up guys? My name is Random. I'm a healer playing on right for Pirate Gaming, and I decided to make a quick video about stats for healers, wand and staff in particular. There's been a lot of discussions going on about whether ranged evasion or ranged endurance is the right way to go, and I just want to cover that topic for a bit. So let me go and share my screen for a second. Well, to start it off, you want to know what evasions you can get for your own builds and what hit rates or crit rates your enemies will be getting for their builds. So if you look like at the general healer builds out there, you will see that like if you cap on evasions, you will get like 1770 melee evasion max and about 1120 ranged evasion max. You can get this higher if you swap some items around, but your melee evasion will suffer from that, so it's not like something I would recommend. So I'm going for 1120 here. If you look at the enemies, like a melee will be sitting at like 1000 to 1150 base, and when he buffs himself with precision dash, he will sit like it's somewhere around 1350. A staff players have a really nice buff. It's called Victorious Energy. It will buff your evasion, both melee and range, with 460, so you can boost it up a bit. But if you okay, well, let's just start off like melee evasion. This is just definitely the way to go. Melee players can get like insanely high crit rates, so you really don't want to start with melee endurance on like a staff wand. If you play longbow, yeah, sure, go for it. It's the best on a staff wand. So like the only debate is, do I go ranged evasion? Do I go ranged endurance? So you really just want to compare the two of them. If you look at enemy hit rates, they will sit at like somewhere between 1000, 1100 base, and they'll get buffed to about 1200 with rapid stance. If you look like at your base ranged evasion, you will see that like in the base, you will barely have any chance to dodge them. In your Victorious Energy window, however, you do have like a slight chance to dodge them, like 30%-ish. The downside is, because you have no endurances, they have like a 70% chance to hit you and crit you. So those things will hit like a fucking truck. So if you look at ranged endurance, you look at enemy crit rates. Like if you want to target crossbow players, they will be sitting between like 1000 to 1100 crit rate, depending on their buffs. That will mean that they have like a 13 to 20% crit rate on you, and the crit rate really is the bread and butter of those crossbow players, because they jump on you and they spin the away, and that's gonna hurt. Unless you have range endurance, and in this case you do, and they will hit like a wet noodle, and you can just do a quick heal on you, block, and they disappear. Longbow dagger players, however, they have sniper sense. For every meter they are away, they will get increased crit. So they can get like to around 1300, which means they will have like a 30% crit rate for you. So both are viable. You can go either ranged evasion or ranged endurance. In my opinion, ranged endurance is the way to go. Especially because if you like look at the new accessories we might be getting in the new dungeons releasing in November, like they already revealed there won't be any tier 2 gear in it, but the accessories like the capes, belts, they might be in it. Pretty sure they will be. We can adjust our build to get up to 1000 ranged endurance and 1824 melee evasion. So that means that crossbow players are basically entirely fucked, and longbow players are, they can still crit you, but it's a reasonably low chance. So I'd say go for this. So there are a million ways to build your character. Even if you decide like I'm going melee evasion, ranged endurance, you can swap anything around and you can just do whatever. And in my opinion, this is the way to go. This is a very nice entry point. I'll link the quest log in the description, by the way. This has nothing expensive in it. It's super cheap and super easy to get this, and you will be sitting at like 1890 melee evasion unbuffed, 15k HP and 760 ranged endurance. This would be 810 on my character in game. And this will be a nice point to like swap your items around for the world boss items. Like you can swap your wand, you can swap your helm, you can swap your gauntlets. That will be expensive, but it will be really good. So if you can see, it will boost your strength to 60 while keeping your perception. Your HP pool will increase a lot, like you will be sitting at 17k HP. Your ranged endurance will be 800, 850 in my case. You'll have a slight drop in melee evasion, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. And with this, you'll be entirely set for the possible November update, which, you know, it's not confirmed yet, but probably we'll be getting the Immortal Reckoning and we'll be getting the Forbidden Sacred Chain. And as you can see, that will let us sit at 17.2k HP, 824 melee evasion. And buffed again, you know, you cast your Victorious Energy and it will be sky high. And you'll be sitting at 950 ranged endurance, which would be 1000 for my in-game character. And this would be very, very nice, well-rounded build to play with for one staff. So some final things to say. Our build sits at 680 magic hit chance. That's just by using the hit chance traits in our weapons and get the big perception bonus. It seems pretty low, but you will be using Victorious Energy for your attacks and your sleeps. So this will be sitting at around 1100 with food. So you can reliably hit people with it. Some other nice things to know is, let me search. You have quite a nice debuff duration reduction, and you have a huge buff duration improvement. This is really nice. I will probably make some videos in the future about which skill builds you can be using, because like I have a ton of builds you can be running. And buff duration is just so essential to have. It's such a nice thing to have. Anyway, so it's the video is already getting longer than I initially thought it would be, but I'll just wrap it up here. I hope you guys could find it useful and clarified some things for you. Feel free to ask me any questions. You can find me in Eli's Discord. If you just Google it, I'll post the Discord link in the description. He's like the best source for healer information in this game, the most knowledgeable person about healers in this game, and he has a very nice community in Discord. So be sure to check that one out.